In Christmas 1967, I got a toy robot, and it was a lot of fun. We got a lot of mileage out of it, but over time we started having problems with it breaking down. Frequently had to fix it to keep it alive. So I started learning at an early age what reliability and durability was and how to fix things. Pretty early on, I'd made a decision that I was going to go to a university for an education in engineering and other types of design sciences. My very first big assignment showed up in a bag of parts, and it was a brown bag, and it had a bunch of parts that we had to figure out how to assemble those parts. So I got introduced to FANUC at that particular point in time. They had two engineers that came and joined us in this room, and we spread the parts out on the table. We sat down and figured out what was the sequence of operations for putting it together. What were the constraints and what might work, what might not work. That project was fascinating, everything from design to build to installation in the plant. I had not considered a career in sales, and I was uncomfortable with it at first, but I thought it was an interesting opportunity. At first, the business was only with General Motors and General Motors clients. I wound up quickly having to go into business development and work with companies that were outside of the General Motors family. The challenge with going to non-automotive companies to talk about robots is everybody at that point in time thought that robots were a fad. They really didn't think robots could apply in their business. My career at KUKA was the most dynamic from a leadership and market diversity perspectives, which included aero, architecture, automotive, entertainment, and the introduction of the world's first collaborative robot. At Güdel, I had the broadest responsibilities in my career, including leading sales, local manufacturing, integration, and long-term support.
I'll never forget the phone call we had in January 2019 to start the Vectis Universal Robot cobalt welding relationship that ended up being a huge success and really created a new segment around cobalt welding that's so prolific today.
Your leadership and vision have been absolutely instrumental in VersaBuilt's success. You pushed the boundaries of robotics and inspired all of us with your dedication. This recognition is so well deserved.
I've been fortunate to have a lot of roles in the robotics industry, and none of those roles would be successful without being able to build great teams. And part of building great teams is to establish a shared vision amongst the people that are in the team about what does good look like, what does success look like, what does it feel like. So I've done what I could to help people find their way, and granted some of it's somewhat self-serving because I wanted to have a high-performing team. But the other thing is I discovered that the more you invest in people and the more you can help them build their capabilities and build their career, the payoff is there many times over, not just for the company, but for them and for others. I enjoy the work that we do at Shepherd Solutions. I enjoy the challenges that we see. I enjoy the diversity of the companies and the marketplaces that we get to work in. So the opportunities are limitless. The challenge is where do I add value? So as long as I can add value and be viable and useful in the marketplace, I'm going to keep doing it because I'm having fun.
As I watched Stu, I really learned a lot of key skills from him in my own career. I watched how the relationship building took place. I watched the kindness and the respect he treated both us and our customers with, and really developed a deep passion for his business and what he did. And I got to say, it was a really tough day when he decided to go become president of KUKA. Was one of the tougher days in our career because we knew that we were losing one of our key resources and one of the key aspects of our system integrator network. And I'm glad to see him back at Shepherd Solutions.
The association, even in the early days of the Robotics Industry Association, had a huge impact on my career. A number of the mentors that I had looked up to were actually members of the association, even members of the board of directors. I also met other leaders and other mentors from other business units and other types of companies within the RIA and learned from them. I find that whatever you give, you get back. So that's why I'm very engaged in the A3. It's been great for me, and I hope we've been great for other people that have gotten involved with the A3. And likewise, a lot of the people I've worked with over the years are friends for life. There's been a lot of challenges in my career. There's been lots of changes. There's been setbacks. There's been business changes, career changes. it goes back to if you do the right thing long enough, you hope that it actually pans out and things work. It kind of shows that it does, no matter how deep the hole may seem at the time, that if you keep doing the right things, then good things happen. And I consider this a very good thing. I look at the other 140 leaders and winners that have gotten the Engelberger Award, and I'm shocked and flattered to be associated with them.